When I was younger, my dad told me that adults are just old kids. It made sense then, but now as an adult with my own kid, it really resonates because I'm like, literally, I've had more birthdays, but other than that, I'm really not an adult by any definition. But every so often, this moment with my dad comes back to me because if you think about it, another way that you could define an adult is a kid with more experience with time than even in the terminology that we use for it, at least in the English language, right? When you become an adult who has reached enough experience with this thing, time, we use a new term for you. We call you a senior, right? So you've reached senior level expertise in time. So I'll roll this thought around in my head and apply it to different domains. Like, okay, if the domain is age, right? The thing that you need to get experience with is time. If you pick a different domain, let's say writing, for example, you need more experience, you need more reps writing, you need more time writing. And just like being a senior with age, a senior in writing isn't just like this linear path where all you do is just write, and never do any research or consulting with mentors or learning from anything else except from your own like practice. As an adult, you're doing that too. Like to become a senior adult, there are little lessons that you're going to learn along the way. There's people that you're going to talk to. There's heartbreaks that are going to happen. There's joyful things. There's achievements and all that kind of thing that form the way that you present as a senior adult. Same thing with any domain. If you're a senior writer, the type of experience that you get as you're doing those reps defines the way that you show up as a senior writer or senior engineer or senior Olympian, whatever it is. Now, my point in saying all this is that this is kind of what I come back to anytime that I feel like a small fish in a big pond, or I get that feeling of impostor syndrome. When I look around and I feel like the newbie in a group of really smart people, or I feel like, maybe I don't belong, or I have to jump through all these hoops just to prove to everybody that I belong in this room, or I deserve a seat at this table. I think about it and I'm like, these are just old kids. These are just people who have they've just put in more reps than I have. So what that means to me is that, yeah, okay, right now I do feel like a lost child in a grocery store, but I absolutely deserve to be here. I'm a young senior. But the great thing though is that for domains outside of age, not all, I haven't thought of every single domain, but for most domains outside of age, to achieve levels of expertise, time is not the thing. Time is not the constraint. You can just put in more reps, put in more practice. And if you're focused and intentional, time, it doesn't matter. Like what somebody did in 3 years might take you 3 months or vice versa. So if there's a domain that I see that's interesting to me and I'm like, you know what, I want to have senior level expertise in this, I just look around the room at everybody else who's at the table and I kind of study them and try to understand what they've done to get to that senior status. What were the variables that you needed to put into your life algorithm to get the senior status as that output? Did you have to create a ton of videos? Did you have to have a lot of conversations? Did you have to write a lot of code? Did you have to read a lot of books? What kind of books? I want to learn all of that and what they did. And then I'm going to take that and use that as a lens to apply to my life. What are the things that interest me? How do I like to consume information? How do I like to practice? How do I like to learn? And do that. And then I'll just go ham, put in all the reps, and then boom, before you know it, I'm an old kid at whatever it is. I'm an old kid.